Hey, Flo here. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me well today because it's pretty windy here. I have a wind thing on my mic, but I don't know how well it will do. Anyway, this is going to be a really short IRL. I've been hiking for quite a while on these various lava ridges, but there wasn't really a signal to speak of until I got up here to this highest point, so I'll probably just do like a couple minute, 5 minute, 10 minute at the most stream up here, because I don't want to stay here too long because I have other places I want to go. But this is definitely worth showing. So I'm just following this pretty significant lava ridge. I would actually call this like a butte or something, but I don't know. It's like a long string of lava. Oh, is that a heart rock there? I've been sort of watching for them, but I haven't seen any yet. It's not too bad. Pretty small, but oh, I know. See if you can hear this little beep. All right, so I figured out how to do timestamps using my smart button. So I have this Bluetooth smart button here. Pretty cool. I've been using this for a long time. I use this for my soccer ball juggling. It's actually quite versatile what you can do, and I didn't realize, I may have never found out about this except for the amazingness of AI searches. Like Google, if you tried to search it, it probably would have never come up with anything or any other search engine, but you just ask AI and it gives you the answers. I actually pretty much never use search engines now. I mean, I do occasionally, but like, I don't know. It's funny because you know how some people like don't type in addresses to websites, they just go to Google and type facebook.com into Google, and then they click on the first search result or whatever. I don't do that, but I do sometimes use like DuckDuckGo or whatever to search for something, and probably sometimes even when I almost know the URL. If I know the website, I typically type in whatever.com or something, but anyway, I still use DuckDuckGo occasionally, but generally speaking, I guess, and not that anybody cares, but if I'm looking for a website, I often do a DuckDuckGo search or something, but if I'm looking for any kind of answer or information, I just go straight to AI because it's so much better than search engines. Anyway, cool thing is I asked AI recently about the smart button integration, and I've searched endlessly in the past prior to AI being a thing, and I never found any good answers. That's a nice shot. Get a picture here. But AI gave me the answer like instantly. So there's like another app I can use that connects with my smart button. So I installed that, and and now I'm in business. So now I can just push my smart button, and it will give me a timestamp I can use later to sync up like waypoints and stuff. And I just came up with this idea while I was hiking just now today. I don't have a way to like put any text information really. I probably could script it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something like Morse code, sort of. I don't know Morse code, but so if I do one smart button press, it means like a boulder or a peak, and I might, make two different things for that, but generally it's almost always boulders. And then if I do 2 button presses rapidly, that will mean a view. So like right here, I would maybe tap it twice to indicate that there's an awesome view here. But actually I'm going to do a single button press right now because I'm on like a boulder type thing. But it's also a view. But I think the view is actually going to be a little bit better right up ahead, so I'll wait to do that. So there's 1 button press for the boulder. I'll do a 2 button up here, and I'll be able to script this. I'll be able to say, like, if there's 2 button presses in less than 3 seconds, add a note to the waypoint that it's a view. And I could do just 1 button press equals like B and then the next available B number. I mean, I could take it pretty far, but I don't think I'll do that. I think I'll just do the view, and then if it's 3 button presses within 3 seconds of each other, then I might do that for like heart rocks or something, and I could have several different markers for different indications. Anyway, it's pretty sweet. I'm pretty happy that I didn't figure it out really, but I mean, I actually did have to do a bunch of stuff. It's kind of technical. It's not very user-friendly. But it's not, I didn't have to write any code necessarily. This is crazy. This is amazing. It's like so far up above the forest floor down there. It's so cool. It's interesting though, because when I look at the map, like the LiDAR map, I can see like this whole area is lava flow. You can just see all the bumps and stuff, and it's not super apparent down there in the trees, but like right down there among all those trees is lava underneath all that. It kind of pops up here and there. And I explored some of the little ridges on the way up here. But this thing is, I wouldn't be surprised if this is like the source of the lava in this area. Like the crater or something. There's an actual crater back there a ways. I wasn't able to live stream it because the signal wasn't good until I got up higher. That might be the actual source of all this lava, where it kind of spewed out and poured down the hill. Okay, so I'm going to mark this as a high point, and then I'll wait 3 seconds at least, and then do 2 button presses for the view. Like that. So that means high point and view. Yeah, it's going to be fun to write a script to do all that, because I won't have to do any work anymore. There'll be a little bit like, basically I'll write a Python script to convert all of those button press timestamps into GPS waypoints based on the track recording, syncing it up with the timestamps. So it'll all just be automated, but then I'll have to look at the map and assign numbers. I could automate the assigning of numbers too, but it would be a little bit tricky, because I have this thing where if there's several boulders close together, I give them like the same number with letters. I could just scrap that whole thing and assign a new number each time, then I wouldn't have to do anything, but I don't know, I'll see. I kind of like the ABC thing, because that sort of indicates that it's like a set, but we'll see. It would be kind of a nice trade-off to not have to do anything, so I might be tempted to Just automate the whole thing, assign numbers automatically. That would be very nice. Okay, I'm just checking the horizon here for panorama. I'll just do horizontal. Try to do a full panorama here because it's pretty nice every direction. So I've processed the photos on several hikes last night or this morning. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And it takes a little bit of time to do the panoramas and stuff, but I've written several Python scripts for various purposes related to GPS tracks and EXIF tags and time synchronization between my stupid Sony mirrorless that doesn't have a synchronized time. So I do an offset. It's actually pretty cool, but it's a several step process, so it takes a little while, but I've been quite happy with the pictures from my mirrorless. Like, I don't know, there's certain things that the cell phones are actually better for. Arguably, like, I don't know, it's a little bit subjective, but the image quality is definitely better with the mirrorless, but sometimes the HDR with the intelligence inside the phone does a pretty good job. Like, to be honest, had I known what I know now about the various phones, I don't think I'd ever buy a iPhone. I'm not like super anti-Mac and Apple, but a little bit. In the same amount that I am kind of anti-Windows and Microsoft. I'm just not really into those big companies. And I've just never been an iPhone or Mac person, so I don't really see any reason to go that direction. Plus, they're way more expensive. And they have issues with streaming somewhat. They're more notorious for having streaming issues. But among the three flagships that kind of everybody knows about, which is Samsung, Pixel, and iPhone, I would say that, I think iPhone probably takes amazing pictures. I don't know because I've never had one. I've never known a friend who had one, so I could experience the quality. But generally, the pixels are amazing for photography, in my opinion. As far as cell phones go, like, obviously they're better cameras, but among those three, and really those two, because like I said, I can't speak for iPhones. I have a friend that's had Pixels for a long time. He keeps getting the newer ones, and I think he has the latest one right now, or one of the latest. And we go hiking together sometimes. I take pictures with my Samsung S23 Ultra. He takes pictures with his Pixel 8 or 9 or whatever it is. And I always like his pictures better, almost always. And it's mainly to do with the color science. Like, the Samsung takes really high resolution and sharp images. Like, I think the quality is better possibly on the Samsungs, but like the color science is way better on the Pixel, like, no contest. And so I think if I had a Pixel, I probably wouldn't have been so likely to pull out my, oh, look at that, that's cool, to want to bring my mirrorless camera out of retirement, basically. That's kind of cool how that's like sticking out so far. I wonder how that like looked when it was forming. Might not be able to see how big that is, but it's pretty big. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, if I stood on that one, if it would break off. I wouldn't want to do that because it's kind of cool. I like to do as little disturbance of the natural formations as possible for a couple reasons. First of all, I don't know if anyone comes here. This is extremely obscure. Maybe I'll take a few steps and find a beer can over here, but I doubt there's anybody coming here. Some of these spots that I go, I think, I legitimately think I'm probably the first person that's been here in like a year or maybe even 10 years, because I go to places that are really far away from any kind of civilization or road or trail, so you have to put a lot of effort in to get there. Now, there's obviously people on four-wheelers or dirt bikes that could get to places like this no problem, like easily, but those kind of people typically aren't in it for the hikes. I mean, some of them probably are, but from what I've seen, got some really shiny blue and purple stuff, but I don't think it'll show in the camera. That's worth saving. Oh shoot, I think at some point, I don't know where, but I put down a rock that I had been saving. Oh well. I am like parenthetical statement like number 6. I'm not going to be able to retrace all my thoughts to complete the parentheses back. So many layers, but I'm distracted by these amazing rocks. These are some of the most colorful ones I've seen in a while. Well, I was talking about not disturbing rocks, and here I am picking up a few of them, but obviously if I take steps, I'm going to disturb the rocks to some degree. They won't be in their original volcanic formation for the scientists to analyze their exact positions, things like that. Not too worried about that, although I do try not to just like kick the rocks around or even disturb them as little as I can. Partly for scientific reasons, but also, even though hardly anybody ever comes here, I would like to think that if they did come here, they would experience it in the same kind of raw form that I see it, where they just feel like, oh, I bet nobody comes here. This is so natural and rough and rugged. Oh man, these colors, what in the world? If this one doesn't show, something is wrong with this camera. That looks so purpley. It's really cool. The thing that doesn't really show is the iridescence, I think, unfortunately. But if you saw these in person, you would be surprised. I know you would be. It's very shocking. The thing that's weird about these rocks, it's a kind of iridescence that only shows up when you get it in sunlight. Like if you're inside, it pretty much just looks like a regular lava rock. But you take it outside and it's just like crazy colors. This one doesn't look like anything in the camera. It's crazy. I wonder if I turn this way, maybe that will help get the light on it instead of backlit. It almost shows up better when it's out of focus for some reason. That's weird. Anyway. Yeah, so I like to not disturb things for the future generations so they can experience the same stuff. But also, I respect the idea of leaving things for scientists to study and stuff. I know that sounds weird, but part of the reason I think that way is because I believe in creationism. I believe in God and, the Bible and all that stuff. And to me, a lot of this stuff, I'm not a scientist, I'm not an archaeologist or geologist, but a lot of this stuff just speaks volumes to the biblical narrative of how creation took place, and even like Noah's flood and various things. Some of the places I go, I can't even imagine any explanation other than erosion from a worldwide flood. It just speaks volumes. I mean, it just screams with loads of evidence. But anyway, I like the fact that it's out there for people that are curious to go see for themselves, and encourage people to do that. Okay, so let's mark this spot. This is also an awesome view. My hand's full of these little rocks, so I can't really take pictures. Probably a good thing, because take too many pictures. But I'll mark that as a high point. I mean, just as an example, you'll see rocks that are obviously belong together, like these. You'll see this like little, almost like a mini ring or a crater here, where all of these are in line. And if I were to just kick those out of place, you would no longer see the evidence that something clearly happened right here. Like all of these rocks could be dislodged and changed, but the way that they are, the position that they're in right now, speaks something in scientific terms. And I'd hate to just like disturb all of that so that it no longer looks like it like something happened here. So that's one of the reasons I try to be careful not to mess with the rocks. Like even this huge one here, it looks like no way you couldn't move that. It's like probably a ton, like 1,000 pounds or more, but it's actually probably not that heavy, because amazingly, lava rocks are very lightweight for their size because they're full of air, and I probably could move even those big ones if I wanted to. Oh. Whoa. Yeah, I wish there's certain things you can't communicate through the stream. This would be a fun place for somebody to come and see for themselves, because there's a lot of unique stuff here that if you didn't grow up in a place where there's lava and volcanoes like I did, you wouldn't really know about this stuff. And I think it would be quite fascinating. Like even me, I haven't gotten sick of it or bored with all this, even though I see it like constantly. Every time I look at it, it kind of amazes me. And that guy's like right above my head. Doesn't translate the distance there, but so this is the cool rocks that I was just talking about. Weird shapes, weird trees. I don't know, just lots of cool stuff. I'm gonna get I should carry like a little bag of some sort. One thing I'm gonna look up and see if there's aftermarket. I don't know what to call them, like a sling or a lanyard strap. Here's another example of rocks that are kind of in a formation here. Anyway, I'd like to get a lanyard of some sort or a strap for this button, because it would be so easy to drop it. I just have it in my pocket. And yeah, I can't remember if I just took a picture of those. I think I did. So here's yet another example right here, where these two two pieces of rock obviously were once a single rock. You can see how the shapes line up perfectly, and it just split down the middle. It's just interesting. If one of those were pushed down the side of the hill, you wouldn't make that connection that they were once together. So it's just cool to kind of leave it where it was. This is interesting. Oh, this is a nice framing here. Let's see if I can capture that. Check that out. That's awesome. That's a nice photo. I need to put these somewhere. I don't know if my pocket is available. Let me check. You have to be careful with these kind of rocks because they are so sharp that they'll scratch anything you put next to them, so you don't want to put them in your pocket with a phone or something like that. This should be a really nice photo. So my original plan for today was to get up as early as I could, but I got a late start because I had to prepare, get ready. I wasn't really ready to leave. But I got a decent start, so I'll do as many hikes as I can. Either my limits will be either energy, if I run out of energy, because I stayed up all night like I always do before hikes. Or I run out of time. But I guess those are kind of the only two limiting factors, is time and energy. Alright, this is probably, well, it's hard to say. This might be the actual summit of this thing. It's really high. But back there might have been just as high or higher, I don't know. But this is a really nice spot. Wide open panorama. This is absolutely a repeater. I've been here one time before, and I sort of wanted to focus on going to new places today, places that I haven't even been before, but that's a little bit difficult these days because I've done a lot of the stuff that's in range, so I have to drive a lot farther to get to places I've never been. And right now, as you can see, there's still some snow, and I actually had to fight the snow just getting here, and so I might not be able to get as far out and as cool places as I would like, but we'll try to do a couple, 2 or 3 hikes or more. Just depends on time and stuff. Let's put a view marker here. Oh, this is amazing. This is but what I was about to say, this is a repeat, not only for today, it's better than I remembered. It's one that I'd like to take my friend that comes over here. I'll have to make a note. Of course, he sometimes watches my live stream, so I don't know if he likes to go into the places he's already seen in my videos. But anyway, it's definitely worth coming, worth sharing the experience. This is another nice framed shot. Unfortunately, my mirrorless camera doesn't have quite as wide of a view as my phone. It's actually about the same as this camera, but I can go even wider on my phone. This is my standard camera right now, my standard lens, and I have a considerably wider angle available on my phone. Hey, Jose. Popcorn. I forgot to bring my popcorn machine. Thanks for sharing yours, though. I'll just like grab it straight off the screen there. Just grab a little piece of there. Yummy. Okay, I can't remember if I pushed the button, but I'm going to do another point here. Oh, and I did not forget to bring water today. I learned from that mistake last time, which was totally pathetic. Oh, check that out down there. That's a cool rock formation. I'm tempted to go down and look at it closer, but I think it would kind of crumble out, and I don't want to like collapse the whole thing and like slide down. It could be actually a little bit dangerous, but it's very cool. But these rocks are not, none of these rocks are embedded, nor are they like iceberg type things where you're just seeing the tip of it and it goes like, you know, huge underground. They're all like just on the surface, just barely hanging on. So like if I were to step on that one or that one or that one, any of these, they would just fall out instantly. So just getting down there would be a little bit treacherous, and then I would probably end up making a mini landslide as I go, and I just, it's not worth it. Normally I would want to like stand on every significant boulder and inspect it up close, just for, you know, interest and for sake of science. But I'm gonna let that one be and just admire it from afar. I'll get a picture of it though. I should get a full panorama here maybe. I'll go down here and see what it's like first, and then I'll head back up and find the best spot to get a panorama, because I don't think I've taken a... Oh, I did take one. I remember I took one up there somewhere, but... Yeah, I don't see any signs of human activity. I do see little bits of something right here. You can see something's disturbed, but that doesn't look big enough for a person, so it's probably like a deer or something. Or any kind of animal, could be anything really. But probably the only disturbance that will be seen here is what I do. My footsteps. Let's see. It'll be cool looking when I go back up and show what's behind me. I don't want to go too far down though, because I'll probably lose the signal if I get too low. I think I'm probably Okay, so I think I killed the stream by going down there. Looks like it might be back, but kind of wanted to go down further, but I think I'm blocking I think the cell tower is behind this, so that's why it was dying. But kind of cool. It keeps going down and just meets down to the forest floor there. I didn't go all the way down, but I'm gonna go down there again. I'll probably kill the stream, but I wanted to mark it with my point thing. Smart button. I don't think I did that when I was down there a minute ago. Oh, this will probably be the highlight of the day. I almost decided to skip this because my memory of it was that my memory sucks because it's awesome. Oh yeah, this is very cool. Unfortunately, the signal is dying, but I'm going to try to get a panorama here. Okay, that'll take forever to stitch later, but other than like a few stitching errors where trees are cut in half, I've had pretty good luck so far. I had this one really stubborn panorama yesterday where it was just like not stitching sensibly. But otherwise they've all been pretty automatic. I have to do a little bit of masking because somewhat hard to completely turn off my perfectionism. I'm not going for perfectionism in my shots like I used to, but I used to like this sounds crazy, but all those shots that I just took, I would have shot in RAW every single one of them before, and I would have developed each one with really great color and everything, and then after that I would stitch all the tiffs, color corrected tiffs together, and it looks amazing, but it's so much work. So I've decided I'm not going to do that anymore, but I still do the stitching. But honestly, if I wasn't live streaming, I probably would just take panoramas with my phone, but I can't really do that while I'm live streaming, so. All right, well, I probably won't go too much longer. I showed kind of the stuff that I wanted to be able to show. And I want to get back so I can get to the next destination. But I'm glad I got to live stream here a little bit because it's definitely a cool spot to show off. Oh. Signal isn't like amazing here. It's just good enough to do a bare minimum stream. It was better back that way a little bit, because I think I could actually see the cell tower in the distance. But anyway, I think I'll probably end this stream so my battery has a chance to charge up for the next adventure. I don't know if I'll live stream more because I'm going to places that I've never tried to live stream, so there might be no signal whatsoever. But if there is, I'll do a couple more short live streams later today. Just play it by ear, and I'll decide based on if there's a signal. But anyway, thanks for joining me. I will see you later perhaps. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time.